Hello, this is Eating for a Better Tomorrow. So, we've all had the question of what to eat for dinner or what to eat for lunch or what meals we're going to eat next week whenever you're going to the grocery store. But little did you know that this decision can actually have a profound impact on the world that we live in today and the environment that we live in today. So there are some things affecting the environment right now. One of the biggest ones, everyone talks about it, is climate change, which is basically a buildup of greenhouse gases that are trapping heat and energy inside of the earth and therefore causing catastrophic changes to different things like weather and just other stuff. Deforestation is also a big issue right now with cutting down the rainforest and the soil being less nutritious. Other environmental strains include runoff, which is a byproduct of agriculture and the livestock grazing industry, as well as pesticides, which are harmful chemicals that are used on our food. So as you can see, the carbon dioxide levels have spiked since 1950, and they've been larger than ever before in history, which this is just proof of global warming. So here are some effects of climate change that we're seeing right now and that we will see increase in the future if we continue on the same path we're continuing on. So rising global temperature, obviously, it's called global warming. So rising sea levels, and this is due to the melting of the ice caps, is that the sea levels are rising and a lot of land is being covered by ocean. So there's also an increase in severe weather and rainfall because there's more moisture trapped in the air. And then there's a decrease in biodiversity because of animals and plants that no longer have a safe environment to live in. They're becoming extinct. So effects of deforestation, like earlier with global warming, loss of habitat is really terrible because there are a lot of species who are finding themselves without homes or without environments that will support them, and therefore they're going extinct. Air pollution is a really big problem because if there's less trees, there's nothing to actually filter that air and make that air clean. Also, without the plants, desertification is happening, so basically once healthy soil is turning into like sand without nutrition or moisture. And soil erosion, because there's no trees to protect it, the top layers of soil is being blown away or washed away. So air pollution is caused mainly by carbon dioxide and methane. These are the two biggest greenhouse gases. And then also pesticides that are being sprayed in the air and over our food and everything like that. For water pollution, a lot of factory farms as well as slaughterhouses have a lot of runoff and waste that goes into our water supply and affects us. Also pesticides from agriculture, the water will run off into our waterways and affect us as well. And so will hormones that they use on genetically modified animals and such like that. So here's four solutions of how you can change your eating habits to improve the current global situation we are in with the environment. They're eat local, eat organic, eat less meat, and reduce food waste. So first of all, eat local. So why should you eat local? Well, it reduces the length between the actual place where it's being grown and to your plate. Because a lot of people don't think about it, but that apple that you picked up from the store is most likely from halfway around the world or halfway around the country. And that transportation not only does it cost a lot, but it also produces a lot of fossil fuels and a lot of harmful gases to the environment. This is just a little diagram showing that if you were to live in Iowa, all of these vegetables and fruits that you would see at the store, how long they have to actually travel just to get to the store that's by your house. So how can you do this? You can find local farmers markets and support local farmers in your community, and you can also eat at restaurants that get their ingredients and get their vegetables from local farmers in their area. The next thing is eating organic. So when you eat organic, it basically means that your food's not going to have pesticides and it's not going to have all of the harmful chemical preservatives that a lot of foods nowadays are grown with, and that reduces the pollution that's going into the waterways and into the air from those pesticides. So yes. So you can buy organic foods at your local supermarket or health food store. Also, another good solution to this is farmers markets, because often the vegetables there are organic or you could even grow your own food if you are feeling up to it. Another thing is to eat less meat. So I'm not saying you have to never have a steak again, but just to show you what an impact this would have. If the world didn't eat meat on Mondays, it would be the same as taking 240 million cars off the road each year. So that just shows you what a profound impact that would have. So basically why? Cattle raising and also like livestock raising causes deforestation. It uses a lot of water. It pollutes the waterways from the runoff from the cow's waste and the cow's blood from the slaughterhouse. And it also makes a lot of carbon dioxide. And not a lot of people know this, but it makes a lot of methane gas because of how the cows naturally digest. So yeah. So for deforestation in livestock, basically a lot of the times the Amazon rainforest and other rainforests are cut down and they're used as either places to grow food for the cattle or places to graze the cattle. So a little factoid I have here is 70% of all deforestation in the Amazon is used for livestock and grazing feed. And a lot of people don't know that. They assume, oh, well, they're using it for paper, they're using it for books or something like that, but it's a very big problem. Okay, also a lot of water is required to both keep the cows hydrated, to clean up the facilities after they've been slaughtered, or to clean up their waste, and a lot of that runoff water is filled with hormones and filled with nasty stuff from the cow's waste, and it's just flowing into our rivers and streams like you can see here. It's pretty gross. And also, this just shows you that 1 gallon of milk would have costed about 1,000 gallons of water because of all of those upkeep. So as for greenhouse gases, livestock produce carbon dioxide, and also the fact that the deforestation is happening is not helping that because there's nothing for the carbon dioxide to be filtered through. But not only that, but methane is 3 times more bad as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide, and cows actually produce it naturally through their digestive system. I guess you could say as flatulence, but 40% of the total methane emissions of globally is produced by cows, which is a startling number. Okay, so how to waste less. What you need, buy what you need, okay? So don't buy like a whole bunch of extravagant stuff and not actually use it. Avoid heavily packaged foods, like maybe buy the bigger size instead of the individual prepackaged size, and use reusable containers to package those yourselves. And then also you can compost your food scraps, like your organic materials, like different banana peels and the core of an onion that you don't use for cooking, and you can compost that and then turn that into healthy soil, which you can also use to support local farmers if you didn't want to use it for your own garden. So just to review, these are the 4 solutions: is to eat local, eat organic, eat less meat, and reduce food waste. So next time you're thinking, what's for dinner, or what am I going to eat this week, what am I going to eat next week, try to keep these 4 things in mind, and so that your choice can actually have a benefit for the environment.